Okay, so if you're running a business, you know this feeling, right? Your technology is supposed to be this amazing tool helping you grow, but instead, it just feels like a constant headache with a bunch of surprise bills. Well, today, we're going to flip that script. We're going to talk about how to turn your IT into your secret weapon for growth. Let's dive in. And let's just start with this question, because really, this is what it all boils down to. You know, if you've ever felt like you're just constantly putting out tech fires or fighting with systems that just won't cooperate, you're definitely not alone. And as we're about to see, the pressure to get this right is higher than it's ever been. And here's why that pressure is so real. I mean, look at this number, 70%. A massive majority of businesses just like yours have hit the gas on going digital. This isn't some little trend anymore, it's the new standard for how you compete, period. And a huge piece of that puzzle is moving to the cloud. 65% of your peers are already there, using it to be more nimble, more efficient. So the race to modernize? Yeah, it's not coming soon, it's happening right now. But, you know, all this new tech opens up new doors for trouble. And that's why a full 60% of small businesses are making cybersecurity a top priority. They get that protecting their data, their customers' data, it's just not optional. So when you put it all together, it's clear. The game has changed. Your competition is getting strategic with their tech. It's time for you to do the same. So this brings us to our first big idea. It's all about rethinking IT, moving away from that constant cycle of pain, and building a system that delivers repeatable wins. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? Over on the left, you've got the world of reactive IT. It's all about firefighting, slapping on band-aids, and getting hit with costs you never saw coming. But then you look to the right, that's strategic IT. That's proactive planning, predictable growth, and real results. That is the shift we're talking about. So the key takeaway here is that this isn't about just buying the latest, fanciest gadget. It's about building smart systems. It's about changing your technology from a problem you have to fix into a powerful asset that actually builds your business. And to make that happen, it really takes a fundamental change in how you think about all this. This right here is the turning point for so many businesses that get it right. And here it is. This is the big idea. If you only remember one thing from our time together, let it be this. Stop looking at your IT budget as just another expense. Start seeing it for what it is, an investment. An investment in making your team more efficient, your customers happier, and your company's future bigger. Okay, so if we're going to treat technology like a strategic driver, where exactly are we driving to? You know, what does success actually look like? Well, that's where these 4 core goals come into play. Think of these as your 4 North Stars. First, making your daily operations way more efficient, which, let's be honest, saves you time and money. Second, using tech to give your customers an experience that makes them want to come back. Third, locking the doors tight with strong cybersecurity to protect everything you've worked for. And finally, building a tech setup that can actually grow with you instead of holding you back. All right, so we've covered the what. Now for the million-dollar question. How do you actually do all this? Let's get practical. Let's talk about the game plan. Here we go. It's a clear 6-step process. First, you got to know where you're starting from, so you assess your current state. Then, you figure out where you want to go by tying it to your real business goals. From there, you build the map, you find the resources, you put the solutions in place, and, this is absolutely crucial, you keep an eye on it, you tweak it, you make it better. This isn't a one-time project. It's a living, breathing strategy. Now, theory is one thing, but let's see how this works in the real world. Picture a small retail business. They were in a constant battle with their inventory, stockouts, shipping delays, the whole mess. So they decided to follow this strategic process. And the results? Well, the results were pretty amazing. First off, they cut their system downtime by 30%. Now, just think about what that actually means. That's way less time spent fixing broken things and a whole lot more time spent helping customers and growing the business. But it gets better. They also got 25% faster at fulfilling orders. I mean, boom, suddenly their customers are happier, their team is less stressed, and the entire operation is more profitable. That is what a smart IT strategy looks like in action. Okay, so you've got the right mindset, you've got the roadmap. Now let's give you a couple of practical tools you can use to get started, like right after this explainer ends. I want you to think of this as your pre-flight checklist. Before you dive in, just run through these simple questions. Have you actually looked at where you are today? Are your goals crystal clear? Is the money set aside? Answering these up front is going to save you so many headaches later on. And what about when you have to choose new software? I mean, the number of options out there can be totally paralyzing.
So here's a simple framework to cut through the noise and help you make a much smarter choice.
It's a simple 5-step process that makes sure you're actually solving a problem. Figure out what you really need. Check out your options, weigh the pros and cons, and now this one is huge, get feedback from the people who are actually going to use the thing every day. This simple process is how you avoid buying expensive software that nobody ever uses. So as we wrap things up here, it all comes back to this one single, powerful shift in thinking. Stop treating your technology like it's just a cost you have to deal with. Start treating it like it's your most valuable asset for winning.
And I'll leave you with this question. Don't try to boil the ocean and fix everything all at once. Just think about everything we've talked about today and ask yourself, what is the first repeatable win, that first small victory that your new IT strategy is going to create? Now go make it happen.